Hi, Prove It community, and welcome. My name is Dr. Heather Carden, and I will be your specialist live here today to help answer all your questions that you have about our incredible Prove It product. So as you're joining, let me know where you're joining from today. I'm coming to you live from Kansas City and really excited and honored to be here with you today to help you better understand all our incredible Prove It products. So first thing, let's start out about what's happening. It is 27% off many selected items today in the store. So whether you're brand new to Prove It or you've been shopping for a while, you're on a smart ship, 27% off many of the items in the store today. So you have time today while people are getting notifications that we're going live. Go ahead and tag your friends, message them, tell them we're going live today to help get your questions answered. I know there's still many people joining us live every day, joining our community worldwide every day that have questions about ketones. So many people still have not heard about ketones and ketosis. They're still trying to understand what they are not, what intermittent fasting is and what it is not, how it can benefit them, how it can optimize their health. So go grab them, go join them in, say, let's join us live here today so you can help better understand this. If you're catching it on replay, you could absolutely share this out to your friends, your family, your neighbor, your coworkers, help them optimize their health today. I want to share a couple minutes about myself, and then I want to know more about you, how you became a part of this community, what flavor you're drinking up today, maybe what your favorite flavor is. It's not always what you're drinking today, what your favorite flavor is. I've been a part of this amazing community since 2015. We just were in the pre-launch phase before we had any social media, before we had a website. We had one flavor, which was orange swirl. You had to buy a bundle of 75 servings, and we only could order them. I think we had to invite 5 friends, and that was it. But I've actually been studying the low carb ketogenic conversation for well over 20 some years. I've been practicing as a functional medicine practitioner for 26 years in March. I've been practicing alongside my husband, Dr. Ralph Carden, Overland Park, Kansas. I'm a mother of 4 amazing young men. With that being said, in our house, in our home, and with our families, with our patients, we have been teaching a low carb ketogenic lifestyle. So whether in our home or in our practice, this has been a conversation that has been, again, in our lives for a very, very long time. There are certain cases where we do have patients that we recommend going on a ketogenic lifestyle or journey. Not for everyone, but definitely we do educate and do encourage everyone to eat a low, clean, low carb, additive free, preservative free lifestyle, because we do know that our bodies are the only machine that we're going to get to drive while we're here. We know that we want to put the very best product in our body. We know that energy and food that we get actually runs this machine that we drive called our human body, and we want to give it the most amazing energy. And we do know that ketones are that energy source that our body prefers. We only have 2 energy sources. We either have glucose, which comes from carbohydrates and proteins, or we have ketones, which comes from healthy fats. We do know that when we are burning fats for fuel, that's called a state of ketosis, our body runs optimally. We know that our brains run optimally. We have better recall, better focus, better retention. We know it also calms down our nervous system. We have better digestion. We have better sleep. Our skin is better. We have far more efficient energy from our head to our big toe. So let's get right down to business today, which is to help you better understand our incredible tools here that we have here at Prove It, and how it can optimize your health, the loved ones in your life. And so let's get right down to business. I'm going to actually refresh my Facebook over here so I make sure I can get as many questions answered as possible in the short time that we have here today. If I don't get your questions answered, know that we have passed 5+ years where we've had other people actually answering questions. You can just use a search bar. You can get with a friend who invited you to this page to help answer your questions. So Tamala says, can plain MCT oil and coffee break your fast? Normally using keto cream in my coffee, but I'm concerned it's breaking my fast. Great question. So Tamala is asking about our functional fat, which is also called keto cream. So if you're following on our YouTube channel called Keto 101, or if you've biohacked, which I have done, I've actually drank a plain coffee. If you are using an organic mold-free coffee, MCT or functional keto cream should not break your fast. It actually should increase autophagy if you're at that 16 plus hour of fasting. Many studies show that mold-free organic coffee plus adding an MCT, and we have C8, C10, and C12 in here, can actually amplify and turn up autophagy, which is where our body does that self-cleaning and actually optimizes our health. That can actually increase your state of ketosis, because C8 very efficiently turns into additional ketones. And when you add the C12 to it, it's anti-parasitic, antifungal, and antiviral, while your body's doing that state of autophagy, cleaning out those old dead cells and exposed to environmental toxins and other toxins. It's maybe just past their time. The cells have been worn out and we've used all the function that we need. Then that C12 will come in and actually make sure that environment is antifungal, antiparasitic, antibacterial, getting rid of all that. Then we have the collagen in here, which will actually help retain the good vitality of the cells, the ligaments, the joints, the amazing Ceylon cinnamon, plus our C-Med in there. So no, this should not break your fast. However, if you're using a coffee that may be moldy or maybe is less quality coffee, or if you have a coffee allergy, then potentially it could break your fast. The only true way to know is actually to track your glucose, because how we define breaking a fast is actually anything that causes a rise in your blood glucose, so that glycemic index goes up. So Adrian, there's so many brands out there. You can just trust if it says, if you've had coffee beans that have been sitting in your cabinet for 2 or 3 years, they're probably moldy. Keep your coffee beans once opened in the refrigerator or freezer. If you don't go through them very fast, buy them in smaller quantities would be my suggestion. And it says organic or certified organic. You're going to be ensured that it is organic. And it's totally up to you whether it's a taste. So. And you are very welcome. You're welcome for the information out there. I'm not going to endorse a certain brand because everybody likes a dark, a light roast, whatever roast you prefer. So Rosalie says, when do you know if it's time for maintenance with ketones? So you need to know what your goals are first when you're starting ketones. Is it for better brain health? If you're doing brain health, maybe you're doing a clock test. Maybe you're doing, maybe you're a stenographer and you're trying to reach a certain quota. Maybe you're working out at CrossFit and you have some certain goals you're trying to reach with your CrossFit goals. Or maybe you're a runner and you're trying to meet a certain time frame with running. We know ketones help optimize your health. Maybe it's a weight plateau or certain BMI or lean muscle mass you're looking for. So when you meet that goal that you're searching for, then we know that 2 ketones a day is optimal performance. 1 may be therapeutic ketones. So anywhere from 1 to 2 a day may be right for you. It depends on your body mass. Maybe you're 5'1" and weigh 100 pounds, or maybe you're 6'6" and you weigh 240 and you're only 6% body fat. It really depends on your metabolism. The faster metabolizer you are, the faster you're going to use ketones, just because your body goes through all macronutrients much faster, whether it's a ketone, water, or protein, or fats. So it's really individualized for you. Just go by how you feel. So if you feel like you're at your body's ideal weight, let's use that for example, and then you're drinking ketones and then it starts to actually fall off around 4 or 5 o'clock and those cravings come back or the yawns come back, you feel tired, you know you've eaten well, you've done your workout, you slept well, but you're still not feeling quite yourself, then that's another time for ketones, because it's an energy source. So maintenance is going to be very individualized as it is for you. So hopefully that helps. We do know that every day the clock keeps rolling, we keep aging. So to reverse that clock of aging or to slow down the aging clock for longevity, we do suggest doing things like iFast, our 24 fast, our Reboot Monthly, because of that goal of autophagy, which does help slow down the aging process, that natural detoxification that does promote that self-healing within our body to slow down that clock, to detox and get rid of those. I'm trying to use my words very wisely. Sorry. So if you're familiar with autophagy, that self-healing that allows our body to prune and get rid of all those toxins within our body. So we know that intermittent fasting is a way to do that. So we know that carb creep happens. People end up going back and getting off the old track to stay on the old track, to stay on the right track, which is doing intermittent fasting every day, 24 fast weekly, or doing the iFast 5 days a week, once or twice a month will get you the same results. So we're super excited to introduce that into our company. So we did have some questions come in off our social media, and let us know where you're watching from. I see Sherry's watching from California. Welcome, welcome. Judy, you're very welcome. So Deb, yes, it is super important to be consistent with sleep, with ketones, with your diet, but there is something called metabolic confusion, which is also very important. We know consistency is the key to success, whether it is working out, drinking water, gratitude, mindset, physical performance, those things. Consistency is the key to success in all things, whether it's, again, business or with your health, and we're going to focus on your health here. So we know that ketones do help control cravings. They help with satiety, which is feeling fuller longer. So if you know you're a person who's had yo-yoing with your weight or with different lifestyles, you've tried this or that to help maintain your lean body mass, then we would suggest drinking ketones every day. We also know that back in the 80s, we were told to fear the fat. We should not be having fat in our diet. So if you're a person who followed that low-fat diet in the 70s, the 80s, and into the 90s, now knowing how important fat is for your brain health, our brains are 70% fat. We need fat to insulate our bodies, to make our ligaments, to make our bones, to make our skins. We also know that healthy fats like cholesterol break down and make our sex hormones, our cortisol. They help do so many things within our body. And if you were in that low-fat zone living for many decades or a decade and a half, and you didn't have healthy fats within your diet, we know ketones are a byproduct of fat metabolism, then I would suggest you need to drink them to make up for the time that you didn't have healthy fats within your diet, to help prevent and preserve and create that longevity that you long for, that you desire within your life. Audrey, I'm trying to read your text and it's really long. So this is a great question. If I don't, quote, feel the ketones immediately short time, then how do you feel the benefits long term? So I kind of explained this like if you plant grass in your yard and you water it for several days and you don't see anything coming up. I am a farm girl from Kansas, so this is a good analogy for me. You plant the seeds and you water and you water and you water and you water diligently night and day, night and day. All of a sudden in 6 weeks, now they start to sprout up. And then once they start to sprout up and take good hold, then maybe you stop watering as much. Well, they still look pretty good after all. And this is like using ketones in your body because they're at this cellular level. They are not a stimulant. So some people don't, quote, feel them right drink. They don't have that one drink wonder moment that some people do have. And there are some people who drink it and just the light bulb goes off. They feel immediately different. For some people, it's a little bit different depending on your health challenges, depending on the health of your cells, because the more healthy your cells are, the more they're going to grab up the ketones and use them. Now, if you've had some type of health challenges, it's going to take a little bit longer for your body to adapt to the ketones, to get used to using them. Think about that new grass seed that you planted. You've got to water. Germination's a good 6-week time frame. If you get a new pharmaceutical from your doctor, they're going to tell you it's going to take a month or two to make some cellular changes. The same is true when we're actually drinking our ketones. You've got to put them in your body 1 to 2 times a day, just like you water your grass 1 to 2 times a day. Say you do this, and then at 6 weeks, you've got grass coming up. In 6 weeks, gosh, you're seeing changes. Your memory's better. You're not forgetting your keys. You remember where you parked your car. You're having energy at the end of the day, energy to work out. You're waking up better. Your moods are better. Who cares if the milk is spilled over the table? You respond to things better. Your house is messy. That's okay. You're more efficient at work. You're more efficient getting things done. You're feeling great. The fat's kind of falling off. Wow, I just think I think I'm good. I don't need my ketones anymore. Just like the grass looks good. I don't need to water twice as much today. I'm going to let it go. I'm not going to water. I'm going to let nature take its course. It'll just rain. When it rains, it'll get watered. Then after a couple months, what happens? It hasn't rained. The grass doesn't look as good. We stop drinking our ketones. What happens? I'm forgetting my keys. Where did I park my car? Oh no, my jeans are tight again. I'm not doing my best at work anymore because you're not getting that optimal energy to your brain. We stopped watering the grass, so to speak. We start putting that energy at the cellular level. So yes, 2 servings a day for optimal performance. So even though you might not feel them, your body is taking up all that energy at the cellular level. Your body runs on energy that we get from outside the body or exogenous sources. So we need to make sure we're giving it the best amount of fuel that we can. So Debbie, you can drink the ketones. Debbie says drinking ketones before or after meals. If you're a person who's trying to help curb your appetite because you know that you actually want to go back for second and third servings. Now, when you go out to a restaurant, they serve you one serving size, correct? You don't get to get between super size and regular size, one serving size. Now at home, we can go back for second and third servings. If you know that you have a tendency to overserve yourself for bigger serving sizes or give yourself a super size at home, drinking your ketones 30 to 40 minutes before a meal will help you get back to a normal portion size. It will help you stop having that, boy, once I taste that potato salad, once I taste that mac and cheese, I just want a little bit more and a little bit more. One bite of dessert leads to 2 pieces of desserts. Then drink your ketones 30 or 40 minutes before your meal because it will help create satiety, which means feeling fuller longer. Now, if you're a person who eats an okay meal, but you snack in between, you pick at stuff in between, you just like the little taste of foods, then you want to drink your ketones in between meals. But if you're a person who says, I do a really good job eating my meals, but I'm just kind of tired, I don't have enough energy to get to the gym, to fold my laundry, to vacuum my floor, to get the necessary things done I should be doing, I don't have enough energy for that, drink your ketones 30 or 40 minutes before you know you should be getting those other activities of lifestyle done, like vacuuming, doing the yard work, getting the countertops cleaned, getting the baseboards dusted, getting the garage cleaned out, closet cleaned out. So if you come home from work and you're wet and a little tired, drink your ketones on the way home from work. Or when the kiddos come in the door, like, gosh, I wish I had energy to help with homework and play with them. Drink them when they're on their way home. So there's no really right or wrong time, except I would encourage not to drink caffeine, especially if you're caffeine sensitive, after 3 o'clock in the afternoon, because caffeine can hang around your system for 6 hours. But in the morning, caffeine is that element in coffee that does help with autophagy. It does help facilitate getting the ketones into the cells, especially if your cells have not been the healthiest. So caffeine can be really essential in the ketones. Audrey, you're very welcome. I did see someone ask a question about diarrhea or loose stool. Diarrhea or loose stool. So ketones are amazing. Before we had exogenous ketones, I would help people get into a ketogenic state, which means your body's burning fat for fuel. You're lowering the carbohydrate intake. Your body taps into your stored glucose and glycogen. Then it taps into your stored fat and starts breaking down your stored fat and making ketone bodies. For some people, this can take days, weeks, or months. Those bodies that are kind of sick and run down, it can take months to happen. With this packet, you can drink it and put your body in ketosis in just 59 minutes. It doesn't matter what your health history has been. Within 59 minutes, you're in ketosis, not days, weeks, or months. It is that amazing. It is that powerful. With that being said, it also has a mild diuretic effect. So it helps pull water and toxins out of those fat cells. So if you're getting some diarrhea, some loose stools after drinking 1 packet of ketones, there's a few things that you can do. Number 1, and you're going to know, like, if I've already had a funny stomach, I have SIBO, I have IBS, my stomach, I have super sensitive to this food and that food, then you're the person who probably should start off with half a serving of ketones, or have it with a little bit of fat, which would be 1 or 2 tablespoons of fat or 1 or 2 tablespoons of protein. That will just slow down the absorption. We don't want you diluting it in a gallon of water. We don't want you drinking over a longer period of time. We just want you to reduce the concentration. So still have it, because we're saying it says mix on the back. I tore it open because I just drank it. So it says drink with 12 to 16 ounces of water. So this is a proper serving size. So you just want to have, if you're going to do a half a pack, you could do a Nat Light as well. I thought I pulled one out over here. You could start with a Nat Light, which is about a half a serving. You could start with this. There's no caffeine in it. Try it for 2 or 3 days, or do a half a serving for 2 or 3 days. If you do, great, or half a serving in the morning, half a serving in the afternoon. If you have no diarrhea, then increase to a full serving. You know your gut health better than anybody else. But if you have great gut health, you've already been on a low carb journey, your body's tolerated MCT oils, tolerate healthy fats, then go ahead and start with a full pack. Maybe not first thing in the morning, maybe wait a little bit further in the morning till your body's been up and going and moving around. Then go ahead and bump up to a full serving in the afternoon and then add a full serving in the morning. It's 100% up to you. So just know what your gut is. So if you have diarrhea, again, it's just your body's natural way of detoxing. And then simply just reduce the serving size or add a little bit of healthy fat or protein to slow down. If you're drinking coffee, hey, are we back? Sorry about that, friends. They're doing work out front in the street. So I know, Betty, I was frozen. Sorry about that. Yes, Nina, technical difficulties. I'm back, which is good news. So if you're having constipation, I think that's where we left off, then simply know that 79% of the world is not drinking enough water. Simply make sure you're drinking at least half your body's weight in water. If you're drinking other things that are dehydrating like soda or juices or coffee or tea, you live in a hot environment, then make sure you're actually drinking extra water for those. If you're working out, extra water, then adding anywhere from 1 to 3 Midoplex a day will also help increase your hydration. Then I'm going to check my questions I saw. Thank you for letting me know you couldn't see me. That actually helped out a lot. I did not run out on battery. Someone said, what is the difference between Keto Up and our amazing Keto Nat? So Keto Nat is a ketone bound to a salt. So it's beta hydroxybutyrate is a ketone and it's bound to the salt. You'll see sodium with a little bit of calcium. And the sodium is meant to help bind the ketone because the ketone is acidic and the salt is basic. So it's actually bound to it. The minute that you shake it up and drink it, it goes right into your body and is separated out so you get the ketone. Now the Keto Up is a free cell fermented ketone, is a ketone bound to a ketone. So there's no salt. If you're worried about the sodium, you're going to see there's no sodium on the back label. So if you're on a low sodium diet or you've been worried about the sodium, this is a great option for you. So you can see the Keto Up. It's also effervescent. It's in a can. You don't have to reconstitute it. You just drink it just exactly like it is. Let me know what your favorite flavor is. So that is the difference between the Keto Nat and the Keto Pro. Free cells fermented. It has the exact same ketone body that you have in both products, puts you into ketosis in less than 59 minutes. That's the difference between those two. So no, Polly, it wasn't just you. It is our street is getting dug up out there. So I am sincerely sorry. So Michelle says, should I stop my fast if I get sick? So if there's something medically going on, please check your healthcare provider. I'm not here to give any medical advice. I'm here simply to share the amazing information we have about our ketone products, but know that fasting is a normal state for your body. When you're sleeping at night, you're fasting, your body's not consuming food, but there is a transition period where your body goes from tapping in to store glucose to glycogen. Now, if that glucose and glycogen has been stored there for days and days, sometimes it's not very healthy. Glucose or glycogen, it could have crystallized. It might not make you feel very good. The best way to do is exercise through that. Again, that's going to be maybe if there's something else going on, please check with your healthcare provider. But normally there can be a little period of time that you don't feel very good. And that's, again, 10 to 15 to 20 minutes. An Epsom salt bath can help you with that. Exercise, a light sweat can help you with that, but just monitor how you feel. We never want anybody doing anything unsafe. With that being said, our reboot program is not for anyone underneath the age of 18, anyone who is failure to thrive, anyone who's had an eating disorder, or who is pregnant or trying to get pregnant or is breastfeeding. So question about the Keto Kick. I don't have the new flavor with me. It's at the office, but I still love the strawberry and kiwi. What's your favorite flavor? So the Keto Kick is just this. You can pack it in your suitcase. It is 3 ounces. Michelle says, what is the new Keto Kick have on? So the Keto Kick versus the Keto Nat. This you mix with 12 to 16 ounces of water. This is called a Neuro Boost. What that means is this has very specific amino acids that are very specific for your brain. So when you drink this, it does get you the ketones into your brain. It has amino acids that you normally don't get in your daily diet. So it's very targeted for your brain. So when you need to have laser sharp focus before a test, before a presentation, maybe you just want to be the best version before your family, before a dinner meal. It doesn't have to be before something for work, but maybe you want to get a PR at the gym. I've heard experiences and testimonies on the Prove It page here of people actually using this pre-migraine, pre-headache, because because what we know about ketones through science information and through research is that ketones calm down the nervous system. They increase GABA. When you calm down the nervous system, that can take tension away out of the head and neck. So we hear people taking these to relax them before workout, before presentation, before, again, sitting down with their family, or again, before something like a headache. Again, I'm not giving any false information or making any testimonies here, but we do know this is a neuro boost meant to upgrade and give your brain more energy because it is preferred energy source. It is still gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, as is our ketones, and they are kosher certified. You don't mix this with water, you just take it like a shot, and it tastes yummy, yummy, yummy. So let me know if you got the new cherry. That's what's new with the Keto Kick. So great question. Thanks for asking that, Michelle. I know we had a little bit of a delay here this morning. Why am I hungry? I love this question. Why am I hungry after I drink the Keto Pro? Why would I be hungry after I drink my Keto Nat? Because, and the other question came in from Chrissy. Chrissy Mathley said, how do ketones affect, oh no, this is from Journey to Hell, said, how do ketones affect my metabolism? Ketones are thermogenic. As we age, our metabolism starts to slow down. We're not running around the playground like little kids are. We're not as thermogenic as they are. We don't have growth hormone on our side. The way to get growth hormone amplified is to do a 12-day fast or do an intermittent fast, because when you hit that 12 to 14 hour mark of fasting, and ketones can help you get in that fasting window faster and upgrade your fasting window, you increase your human growth hormone production up to 2,000% in men and up to 1,300% in women when you hit that 12 to 14 hour mark. That's what's amazing about our iFast program. But what happens is when you have growth hormone on your side and dialed up in your system, you increase your metabolism or your thermostat, so to speak. So when you're drinking ketones, if you get hungry, it's because your metabolism's getting turned on, which is super exciting to me. No one wants your metabolism to slow down, because slow metabolism means your triglycerides can increase. It means your thyroid can actually start to slow down. Your adrenal glands start to slow down. Accumulation of triglycerides, accumulation of excess fat. Your hormones start to slow down. Accumulation of other things within plaque and arteries. We want a high metabolism, so we burn through our food. It doesn't get accumulated in our fat cells. And again, when you look at things get accumulated, it's things like cholesterol, triglycerides, LDLs. We want a high metabolism for everything to burn through it and go fast. So if you're getting hungry after ketones, that's okay for me. Make sure you're drinking enough water. 2 to 3% dehydration can mimic hunger and or fatigue. And make sure that you're getting enough protein in your other meals when you're eating them. People will make the mistake is they drink their ketones and they have these little mini nibble meals when they eat a meal. We are not suggesting here at Prove It that you lower your calories. We still want you eating a good meal when you eat. We want you to eat, rest, digest, and then eat. We don't want you snacking and drinking, snacking, drinking. We want you to have a good meal. So have a proper amount of protein, some above ground greens, some healthy fat, and then drink your ketones on the outside of your fasting window if you're trying to create that intermittent fasting window, and in between to help you curb that appetite. So you eat a proper amount of protein that's right for your body type and the lifestyle that you pick, whether you're vegan, vegetarian, carnivore, omnivore, keto, low carb, and that's a great thing. You can pick any lifestyle that works for you. We just ask that you be clean, keep the nitrates out, the food colorings out, the artificial sweeteners, and have your body run on the best fuel that it can, which is the proteins and carbs and proteins and fats that you pick. So let's take one more question here. Don't forget 27% off many of the items in the store today. We do have a new dairy-free keto cream. It is with coconut, not dairy. So that's super, super exciting. And don't forget, I saw this question. The Keto Pro does come in 3 different options. There is a vegan option, which is pumpkin is the protein, because the pro means protein. There is an egg white, and there's also a dairy or casein option with the Keto Pro. The Keto Pro has a little less ketones than the Keto Nat. It is the same ketone, the same beta hydroxybutyrate, but it has MCT, which turns into additional ketones, plus the Pro, which is ketone-friendly proteins. So yes, 3 options: egg white, pumpkin, and it will say right on the store when you go there which one is which. Just click on ingredients and you'll see which one is the vegan, which one has the egg white, and which one has the dairy on it. So hopefully, Alessandro, that helps answer your question on the eating window. So the great thing, I saw a couple questions, I'll close with this. I see Mitzi asking about genetic cholesterol issues. I saw someone ask about gallbladder, someone ask about non-alcoholic fatty liver syndrome. When you drink ketones, you do not have to go on a ketogenic diet. We're not suggesting that you eat a diet that's super high in healthy fats, because the ketones have no fats in them. Sorry, my puppy's happy today. So there are no fats in them. These are a byproduct of fat metabolism. So this is a great option for someone who maybe wants the benefits of ketones, but for some medical reason can't go on a ketogenic diet. Maybe their liver, again, cannot tolerate healthy fats, or they don't have a gallbladder, so worry about having fats. Even though your liver produces all the bile salts, your gallbladder does not produce the bile salts. It just stores it. But there are no need when you're drinking the Keto Nat, the Keto Pro, the Keto Up, or the Keto Kick, or our Keto Broth. There's no need for any bile salts. The MCT quickly breaks down. If you have the MCT like in the Keto Pro, the MCT8, C8 specifically, quickly breaks down into ketones. You do not need any bile salts for that. There is no fat in the Keto Nat, so it will not affect your cholesterol. Controversially, what people find is because this does help control cravings. We know triglycerides are indicative of sugars, sweets, fruit juices, processed carbohydrates. LDLs are indicative when they're elevated of processed fried foods, lack of exercise. So when you're talking about cholesterol panels, a great end result of actually doing a healthy lifestyle like intermittent fasting, drinking our ketones, Keto Pro, our functional fat. There's so much research out there about healthy MCT, C8, C10, C12, Ceylon cinnamon, actually helping reduce overall LDLs, reducing total triglycerides, and when you're intermittent fasting, reducing and improving cholesterol panels. I'm not making any false claims about Prove It products. I'm simply sharing the information, the clinical research studies that are out there, not done by Prove It, but done by third-party research out there, done by using coconut oils and MCTs in your diet and doing intermittent fasting in your diet, and how it can help improve cholesterol panels. When it comes to genetics, we know that 3% affects your cholesterol panel. 97% of lifestyle affects your cholesterol panel. So I just want to end with that. There is no fat in Keto Nat, and this is where you start. Somebody said, what product to start with? You always start with our 10-day challenge, and then you can follow up with our 5-day iFast, or you can start with a 5-day iFast, follow up with your 10-day challenge. Get with the person who invited you to this channel. They will walk you through how to start with our amazing keto products. So we are so excited to have you here on this page. Please invite your family and friends over. We share a lot of amazing things on this page. Not only our products are 27% off today, and whenever we have a sale, a new launch of a new product, we also share healthy recipes, lifestyle. We share a lot of other great information about your health and wellness and fitness options here. So you guys have an amazing day and keep on proving it. Again, this is Dr. Heather Carden coming to you live from Kansas City. I look forward to seeing many of you in the Bahamas tomorrow, as we are celebrating lots of us in the Bahamas tomorrow and learning more about our amazing community there and our products that we have. So we'll see you tomorrow in Atlanta, many of you. But again, please share this with other people that want to know more about our amazing Prove It, and jump over the store and get your 27% off. Why those products still last. Bye-bye.